Hello YouTube, welcome to Sunday in the Shop. It is Friday, and it was the same as yesterday. It's about 22 degrees outside with a 25-mile-an-hour wind. Well, it's putting the wind chill below 10. But like yesterday, it was 35 in the shop when it was 25 outside, and I'm in here was roasting. I had to keep turning the heater down. I'd get it above 75 degrees because I was epoxying and I couldn't stand it. So it's about 75 degrees in here. It's room temperature. I'm just wearing sweatshirts, sweatshirt over a t-shirt and sweatpants. So of course I wear my coat to get out here and get warmed up, but I can take longer to talk. I gotta tell myself that. I'm not in a hurry making a video. We're still working on a big putty knife to shove back there. I've got like 4 videos to make up. Everything's in the computer. I just haven't. I've been too busy out here. Anyway, this is that funny shaped awl. And I used this to saw it off and it took forever. I'm going to use my wood saw on big stuff from now on. But I cut that much off of it. And I've been using this heavy duty Hercules 60 grit. I've got some 80 somewhere. I don't want to go digging for it. I've got the pack of sandpaper somewhere, but I've just been ripping it down with this. And not much sawdust is getting in the air. I should have took a picture. It'll fall right on the napkin as long as I stay right down and work. So I wish I could show it, but I don't have 3 arms. I'm working on this big old putty knife. It had Bondo and everything all over, so I'll give you a sneak peek. That's all filled with epoxy, so I can fill that up. So, I'll give you a sneak peek at that. That video will be coming out soon. Anyway, had to drill the hole out in this. So what I do, and it was small. I went like to a 3/16 bit. I drilled it out by hand with this, with 3 different bits. And this is so handy to have an old chuck around where you can drill stuff by hand, because if you stick the drill in there and pull that trigger, you don't know where it's going to go. You can go shooting out the side, flying around, hit you in the head or whatever. But I need to get a little more shape here, but I'm going to finer sandpaper to do it, because I don't want to get carried away. And this is 220 and it's still rough. So I will be going to my wood sandpaper. In fact, I think I used 100 on there. Then I went to 220. I've been marking this. The video of that big putty knife, I did all the blade with this by hand, so I marked it. So always look for my pictures and I'll show you what I use for paper. But let's do a little more sanding. Let's get a little more nice. You can see where I want just a little more, and I'm not going to try to take this down too far. You would be here a long time trying to make this round. I just don't care to do that. I just don't want to. I don't know what I want to make out of it. I just don't need any more pokey tools. I don't need any of this stuff, so I get to where I don't know what to make. So let's do some more sanding. We'll get this really fine. And we'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's super smooth. So stay tuned. Okay, we switched to our regular 240 sandpaper. And it's pretty nice stuff. I would never go any finer than that, because you get too fine, you won't get your stain to soak in. I wish I had some shellac. I got to get to the store to get some. Got to get to the city. You can see this stuff, if you look at the table, I mean, you won't really find no sawdust on this table. It'll drop right on a napkin. It's not centered the greatest, and of course, and this hole is not exact in the center either, so we'll spin this a little bit. Not bad for homemade cheapy lathe there, huh? I'm glad I got 2 batteries, because I've always got one on the charger. Oh, this thing will get warm because it's on the table and you're blocking part of the vents, but the table is cool. But that is a 1/4-inch bit in there, and it's shoved in there about that far. So still wear your goggles. You won't do this fly out and hit you in the face. So when you're working, plus dust. I'm not wearing a dust mask because I'm watching it all drop down here. I do not know what kind of wood this is. Looked at the pattern. Who knows? And who knows where it was made. I mean, it's the weirdest looking thing. Have you ever seen something this weird? I think it's just an ice pick. Here's the thing that was in it. All doing it. It just was an ice pick. It had to be. Something for the kitchen. Well, let's work on a little bit more. This may be all I'll do for this Sunday. We're trying to get stuff done because Saturday and tomorrow it may be really, really cold. They're talking about single digits for the high next week, and I hope they're wrong. Because the weatherman said it could work both ways. It could drop as far down as Iowa, or it could stay up in Minnesota. So we do not know yet. They are not that good at the weather to be able to tell us that. Let's go ahead and clean it all up. I've got a ferrule for this. If I can get it out with my big, giant fingers. There. Man. It's simple. But it's better than nothing. To get that put up so I don't lose it. Okay. Let's finish this up, and then we'll come back and take another look at it. I'll probably do a lot of by hand down here because there's deep scratches and really grinding that wood down. I've got most of them gone. Don't be afraid to hand sand. I mean, it's part of the hobby. You can't use power tools all the time. Let's get the rest of this off here and see what it looks like. See how nice it looks. Okay, we get you up close. We'll show you some quick tips what I do. I may roll up a piece of sandpaper. This is the whatever, 220. But don't go like this unless you want to make a groove. Go in an angle. I always tell you that, like when you're sanding something, do that X pattern. Go like, and keep that moving. Or you'll make lines in there. You might have a grain of hunk. I had that in my 60 grit. I dug a big gouge because I had a big hunk of junk in the sandpaper and it gouged the line there. Sorry about that. Back off. And the same as this. I had it folded about like this. This piece of sandpaper is folded, what, 4 times? But don't, you can do this. Don't do this unless you want to make the groove deeper. Go in at an angle, and then turn it. And move it. Keep moving that sandpaper so you don't get, see where I kind of slowed down here to kind of get a bad spot? You can almost see the lines. See that? You can't. So I'll sand by hand to get a lot of that out if I was going to put a nice finish on it. But I'm going to pull it out and do some hand sanding. And that's the finest I've got. It's like 220 with it. I'm not going to go any finer than that anyway. Let's get it out here and do some hand work now. And then we'll come back and see what you think. If it looks a little bit better than now. Okay, what do you think? This has to be 2 pieces of wood glued together. Look at it real close. Let me go around where I got the pencil marks. You can almost see that line. Has to be. We do not like this cheap looking thing. This has some epoxy in it, so it has to be ground out. And, well, and a wooden dowel from another failed project or recycled. I think that would look good put on there. But you gotta do this stuff like this, kind of like eyeball it. There you go, get back like that. It'll look good, flared out, and we'll have it all ground out and everything so it fits real good. So, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to call it good for this Sunday episode of me yakking, and I'll throw in a video or two to stretch it out. How's that sound? Because I've got whatever. It'll be another all that I worked on or something, and that'll be there. And always look for the pictures at the very end. Even when the video is over, I'll put pictures of this stuff back there too. So, see you next week. We want to get out and get in the house. It is already 5 o'clock at night, and the heater's starting to come on a lot more because it is getting colder out. So, thanks for watching. No, no, no. Not another putty knife. I'm being punished. What did I do wrong? Get close, guys. Said that loud. What did I do wrong? Anyway, I enjoy this. Another putty knife. See this? This might work. My granddad put the ferrule on there, but you know the blade has to go in there. So we're going to determine how long this has to be. It's going to be a real short video. It's going to be a lot of pictures. So look for the pictures. We're not going to talk about this one. We're just going to get it done. I'm starting to get growly already. No, this is going to be fun. Look at this thing. It's like a challenge. Look how nasty this is. I don't think we're not going to shorten it either. We like this big monster thing. Okay, let's get started. There's probably going to be 2 minutes of video talk time on 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, go to work.